Hey guys, so I'm hoping that you can hear the snowblowers outside, and if you can, I'm sorry. There was like a big blizzard yesterday in New York, and now everyone's like shoveling and taking their snowblowers out, so that's that. Today I wanted to do a video about finding your calling slash purpose slash what are you meant to do in life. I don't really know, and who am I to say this, because I personally don't really know my calling myself, but I feel like this is something that I'm experiencing right now and I'm finding out myself, and so I just kind of wanted to go with it and maybe share with you guys what I've discovered along the way. So I've obviously, I've tried a bunch of different things between like college and just like different hobbies and whatever, and I find that whenever something is emotionally draining me, like that is not what I'm meant to do. Like, it should not. I know everyone always says it shouldn't feel like work, and there are times where it's going to feel like work, but we're going to get to that, and that's just called a compromise. So we'll get to that in a little while. But when you feel like it's emotionally draining you, or it's almost like betraying who you are as a person, then that is not it. And that's what happened with me when I was in college, when I was going to school for law. As much as I loved to learn about it, when I started working in the field, I was just like, this is not for me at all. Like, it was too, there were so many reasons why I just didn't like it. So you need to stop betraying yourself. Don't betray your values, and especially don't betray your heart. Like, go with your feelings. You know, if something doesn't feel right and you feel like it's just ultimately not making you happy, don't try to force it, even if it's something like that you spent a lot of time on, including something that you went to school for. But with that said, as we were talking about before, I was saying betraying is different than compromising. So like, there's going to be times where you're going to have to compromise something, you know, like, there are going to be hours you're going to have to like put in work into something that you're not going to necessarily want to do, or you're going to have to like step out of your comfort zone a bit. You know, for someone like myself, I am incredibly shy and I'm incredibly antisocial, and what I do with pageants is the exact opposite. So that's where my compromise comes in, because I have to step out of that in order to be able to get my message across and what I want to do. So that's where I'm compromising, and I'm not betraying myself. It's just a compromise. The best way that I find that you can actually find your purpose or find your calling is to look at your pet peeves in life. Like, what like irks your nerves so much that it just completely drives you crazy? I know for me, it's when people aren't giving emotional support to other people. And usually your pet peeves come from personal connection. So for myself, because most of you know I battled severe depression, when I find that people aren't compassionate, or that they just are dismissing people, ignoring people, they're very self-centered, and all of those kinds of things, those are my biggest pet peeves. And so usually the opposite of your pet peeve is what your calling is supposed to be. So for me, I know that my calling has to do something with making people feel loved and happy and encouraged and all of that. Another way that I find that you can actually help to figure out what your calling is to look at who influences you and figure out why. I know my biggest influences are probably, I mean, obviously besides God, that's just my personal thing. And you know, you have your family and stuff like that. But as far as like celebrities go, I'm a huge fan of Kate Middleton. And for me, you know, like, other people may look at, you know, the Kardashians or whatever, and there's nothing wrong with looking at them or whatever. They're, you know, beautiful people, and maybe they want to be makeup artists, and so that's why they look towards them, or they look at different YouTubers because that's what they like to do. I like to look at Kate Middleton because Kate Middleton, I've read her biographies, which I find reading biographies also help to figure out like who you want to look at as an influence. But Kate Middleton, I find, for me, is kind of doing what I want to do in life. Maybe, you know, maybe she's been handed it in a different way, because, you know, unfortunately I'm never going to be able to be a Duchess of Cambridge, but that's okay, but I can do it in a different way, you know? So I find that when you look at who your mentors are, then, or you look at who your influences are, then you start to realize that they're more your mentors, and you're looking at them for a reason. You're looking at them because they're doing something that you actually really want to do. I also think that when you find consistent themes in your life, like for me, my emotions have been the center of my life, like, all the time. I find that my emotions have always been so, you know, whether they're positive or negative, they are always just so prevalent in what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling and what I'm doing and why I'm doing what I'm doing or why I can't do certain things or whatever. And so that consistent theme has led me to know that I need to work with emotions, and that's what I need to do. And unfortunately, I wish I went to school for psychology, even though I didn't. But, you know, that could always be something that I do down the line in the future. But, you know, find consistent themes in your life. Like, what is it that keeps popping up in your life? And sometimes you won't even realize it that you're gifted with it. I find that you don't realize that you're so good at something because sometimes it comes so natural to you and you do it so often that you just don't even recognize it as a gift or a talent. And that could be what your calling really has to be about. That could be, you know, the area or the theme in which your calling is. And that's why I think self-reflection is really important. If you look back on your life and you find what's affected you most, and, you know, like I said, look at your pet peeves, look at what's made you happiest, look at who are you admiring and all of these types of things, then you can kind of sort of figure out exactly which area you're trying to go in, because that's, I feel like, is the easiest way to do it. And I mean, this video may be kind of vague and just like a stepping stone to getting to the next point, but, you know, it's just the basics of a foundation of something to give you guys to help find what you're supposed to be doing. Because, you know, like I said, this is a battle that I'm going through myself right now, so I figured, why not share it with you guys and why not go through it together? So I don't know if that video was like all over the place. I tried to keep it as organized as possible, but I feel like it was a little scatterbrained. But that was basically all I wanted to say with this, with finding your calling. I want to do more videos like this. Like I said, every other video I want to do like a speaking video and then a beauty video. So I just want to do that, and I hope you guys are cool with it. Yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you guys didn't watch my last video, I did an unboxing for my makeup kit at cosmetology school, so you guys can go and see that right there. That was kind of fun to do. And my next video, I think, may be an unboxing with Demi Lovato's skincare line, so we're gonna see about that. I'll let you know that for sure. But please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button and share this video if you can, or if you found it helpful. And I hope you found it helpful, because that would make my day if you found it helpful. That's what I feel my calling is to help you in some way. If you just heard anything that was like, oh, okay, then please let me know in the comments below, because it would really make me feel a lot better. So yeah, don't forget to do those things, and yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.